Or as Michael Neal put it at the beginning of his book, Creating the Impossible, which is very good and I really recommend it. You are the infinite creative potential of the entire effing universe. Deal with it. And there's a little reading I want to share with you about that very moment, that very quote. It's from Steve Chandler's book called Creator, which is also very, very good indeed. And he's talking about the beginning of that book and that quote, and it's important for us to see. It's important for us. He says, I was happy to see that Michael's book begins with a story about some guy who raised his hand at a talk Michael was giving. The guy said, okay, what about the limits of human creativity? Always gracious, Michael allowed that an individual person's creative output would of course be limited, but the source of and the fundamental principles behind that creativity was unlimited. It went on to be a good, long, clear, respectful answer, punctuated at the end by Michael smiling, shrugging, and then finishing after a long pause by saying, you are the infinite creative potential of the entire fucking universe. Deal with it. I've asked Michael to repeat this story more than once when I'm on group calls with him, not only because it's funny, but also because it says so much. I mean, give it a second look. He said, you are the infinite creative potential of the entire effing universe. Notice that he said, you are it. He didn't say, you have access to it, to that creative potential. Many spiritual teachers will tell you that you are connected to or have access to spirit, as if you're a thing that's here and spirit is a different thing that's out there. And guys, I may have been guilty of wording things that way myself. I put my hand up, guilty as charged. I have done that in the past. They seem to stress the separation. Some say that spirit has your back, like it's a good and loyal, but very separate gang member. If Michael had said that the man had access to infinite creative potential, it would be heard and understood differently. He might see infinite creativity as something that was over there somewhere, in a container. Maybe he'd picture it as something in a magic lamp, the future object of a vision quest or a hero's journey, while he himself was over here trying to survive as a skin-encapsulated ego. Just a lonely guy wishing he were more creative. That's the problem with trying to find access. Even when you think you've found it, it could end up like bad Wi-Fi. It doesn't connect to you like you hoped it would. Because when it comes to creativity, you'd be trying to connect to what you already are. It would be like the internet itself asking you for Wi-Fi. You'd ask the internet, why do you want Wi-Fi? Well, to connect to the internet. But you already are the internet.